Hello. Welcome everyone to another live stream. That was kind of a chaotic beginning. I didn't realize my mic was muted and only I can control that, so I had to run away. Anyway, that's on me, not my team. Anyway, good morning, welcome, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you guys happen to be watching from. Do us a favor, let us know in the chat where you guys are watching from. We love hearing that folks are watching from all over the US as well as the globe. So let us know where you're watching from. And today, we have a couple things we're doing. We're getting ready, gearing up for DTF Expo, which we're helping host this week in Phoenix. And so we're just a couple days away. So I got one little project that I need to do to prep our booth for the expo. And then we also have Adrian from DTFprinting.com here to chat with us a little bit about the expo and also what kind of she's got going on there. So again, do us a favor, let us know where you're watching the chat. We'll give a few more minutes for people to roll in. One of the things we're doing at the booth, and we're also making a video of, is we're doing another test on that shirt that I made, Feel Like DTG, even though it was DTF. But we wanted a wider data set than we got at Impressions. And so we're going to have people kind of vote. So there's going to be a DTG shirt and a DTF shirt. And there's a little box where they put the card in to let us know which one they think is DTF. But you know, I don't just want to do a boring cardboard box. So we're going to press this cardboard box and make it look kind of cool. So here is the gigantic transfer I'm going to press on the box. This is about 50 inches wide and about 18 inches tall, thereabouts. Good morning, Aaron from Texas, Wade from Gilbert. Wade, you got to put your city on there. You can't just assume everybody knows you're from Gilbert. Anyway, all right, so the thought process on pressing this. There's a seam right here on the box, and so I want to keep that where the seam is, and I want the front of the box to be right here on this panel. So I'm going to start with pressing this panel here. I've already lowered my bottom platen to make sure that I don't put too much pressure on it. And then we just start pressing because this is ridiculously big. Oh, Wade, you're in Glendale? I thought you were in Gilbert. See, I didn't even know. All right. Trying to get this lined up on the platen. We lined up okay. Centered. I'm going to get off my chair for a second while I do this. All right. So get those questions if you guys have any. Also, if you're going to the expo, let us know in the comments below. Let us know what day you're planning to come out. All right, and let's press the first section. I'm doing it at 300 degrees for about 20 seconds. Most of the time on cardboard, I don't tend to do second presses. I think it doesn't look as good. Michael Massey, how's everything going? It's going well. Just a little chaotic. We've got everybody here, like everybody from companies here. We've got visitors from out of town, like Adrian from DTF Printing, and we've got, I believe our friends from Flash Custom Transfers are going to be in town. So it's going to be a fun weekend, that's for sure. All right. Ooh. Now I'm pressing the second section of this first part. And I think instead of just flipping it over and pressing it, I'm actually going to like kind of fold the box. Let's see. What do we got? Awesome. Corbin's going to be there. Corbin, come say hi. Come vote on which shirt you think is the DTF or the DTG shirt. And then Aaron. So honestly, cardboard is pretty it's pretty forgiving. So I've done it anywhere between 260 like you do it and 300. And so it all kind of works pretty good. Like I said, I've not had too many issues when I press on cardboard. Okay, so now I'm gonna press this side first on this back side. So I pressed that way first. Now I'm just gonna kind of get around the edge because I don't want to press the back side and have like a little gap here. So I want to make sure that edge presses nicely. So let's throw it on there. Pressure. Somebody's asking about pressure. This is the one thing about DTF that there's no standardized number for pressure. So a medium pressure, I would say, but one person's medium pressure is another person's hard. So there's not really a specific metric for that. If you use like a Stahl's heat press, they have a number on there, but there's no like data to what that number actually means from like a pressure, like a PSI standpoint or anything like that. So, sweet. And then what I'm going to do here to get my overlap to look a little bit better is first I'm going to cut off the excess here, and then I'm going to press the other side kind of over that lip. So let me get out my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut that down real quick. Lucid Ink just ordered a Mamaki 300. That is exciting. I can't wait for you guys to start using that. It is just, actually Lucid, let us know, have you guys printed on something before? Like, are you using a Chinese machine or is this going to be your first DTF? But yeah, folks that have dived, people who have gone ahead and got the Mamaki, all just sing its praises on its ease of use and stuff like that. FYI, cutting a not pressed transfer is always a little awkward. It's usually easier if you have it on some kind of cutting mat or something like that. All right, so now I'm going to press this edge here, but not all the way because I want to press that seam with it flat the other direction. First DTF machine. Awesome, Lucid. That is super exciting. It's kind of the people that have been printing with DTF for a while have kind of like learned in the school of hard knocks. For those that are starting to get into it now, especially with the Mamaki, you just won't experience the same kind of things that folks that started out doing it kind of had to suffer through. I don't know if that's the right word. But there definitely was a learning curve on some of the Chinese machines for sure. All right, I'm going to cut this one down a little bit. There's a little bit of white left over on my graphic. All right, and let's press this seam. Did I miss any questions, team? All right, as soon as I'm done pressing this, we'll bring Adrian out and have a little chat, probably a couple more minutes. And if you have questions for Adrian or me, make sure you put those in the comments, and we will do our best to answer all your guys' questions. All right. Now, because I've got a little bit, there we go. Sometimes it's hard to get the peel started when you cut an edge off of it. There we go. And also, my top of my graphic went above the edge of the cardboard. Not a problem, we'll cut that off in a minute. There we go. And then I just need to cut these seams here real quick. For those of you watching, how many of you guys have done some cardboard? If so, what's your favorite thing to do with cardboard when you're DTFing it? Is it just put a logo on it, or is it do like a full wrap like we've got going on here? Oops. Got to cut these sides. little opening so I can actually close the box. There we go. And obviously this bottom side will be all sealed up. There it is. Whoa. I would obviously tape this. I'm not going to right now. But there's our little voting box. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a little slit right here where people can put the little cards. And then I'm also probably going to mount a GoPro to this so we can film people putting them in and film some reactions as well. Lucid, you guys have DTF box, thinking of printing one side, client's logo. Yeah. So definitely that is probably the quickest, easiest opportunity with this is for you guys to just print your client's logo on the box. That way it gives a personal touch. People love seeing their logo on stuff. So yeah, that's a great thing. Definitely doing the full wrap is a little more involved. The single graphic or logo is super, super easy. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. There's the back. So anyway, so if you come to the show, you can actually see this and do your own voting on which shirt is DTG. So, all right. Corbin, you guys are voting on which shirt. So I'm going to have two shirts. I'm going to have one that is DTF and one that is DTG. And I want people voting on which one they think is the DTG. So basically we're just saying which one's the softest because a lot of folks, or the industry is definitely in the standpoint of DTG is always way softer than DTF. But I know that I can get a DTF shirt to feel just as soft or maybe even sometimes softer than a DTG shirt. So we'll have two shirts there. And you guys can vote on that. And like I said, we're mostly just trying to get a larger data set because we did a little bit of a small data. Like we've interviewed 5 people at Impressions, and they all chose, or 4 out of the 5 chose the DTF shirt. So we're mostly just trying to get a larger data set to see if we can kind of prove that we can actually make soft as DTG. So, all right. Have I used DTF on paper bags? No, but if you saw our Valentine's Day video that we just released last week, we did DTF on tissue paper, and that worked really great. So I'm sure it would work fine on a paper bag or something like that. All right, I'm gonna bring Adrian Palmer in here. Come on in, Adrian. And you can either hold the mic or you can that's fine. Okay. That'll work. And audio team, if I'm too loud, I tried to balance our mics out before. But anyway, everyone, say hi to Adrian. Adrian, say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So Adrian runs DTF Printing, and she does podcasts. There's a whole bunch of resources on the site. But we're together kind of co-sponsoring, co-pushing out this DTF Expo. So she's going to be running the education sessions. A lot of our crew, big thanks to our crew for helping put it on. But it's really been awesome to get support from a lot of other companies too that are both financially supporting as well as coming out. So tell me about what's going on, what you're going to be doing at the show at Expo.
Yeah, I am so excited. I'm pretty sure we've hit more than 1,000 pre-registered attendees, so that's really exciting. I think we're going to have a lot of people there excited to talk about DTF. As you mentioned, I will be in the education rooms, which is Paradise Valley. It's on the 2nd floor of the Sheraton, and it fills 150 seats, so don't feel like it's going to, come on in and check out the sessions. I think we have 7 total. We have speakers, including Jeremy, who will be there. Jeremy, what time are you speaking? Friday or Saturday?
I'm 1 o'clock on Friday.
Okay, so don't miss that. But we have people like Nicole Pape, Sergio Ramirez, Marshall Atkinson, Joss from Kingdom, DTF, a lot of people talking about ways that they've, benefited from DTF in their business. Also, I think Marshall's talking about Mid-Journey. Nicole's talking about Know Your Numbers. Sergio's talking about social media. So it's a lot of business-focused sessions as well. And then I'll be hosting the DTF Printing Podcast panel on Saturday. And that is with Gerald Gelito, Kim Johnson, and Denise Bayer. And they're all former guests of the DTF Printing Podcast. And they're going to be talking about their journey, benefits, challenges, what really led them to bringing DTF equipment in-house. So we've got a lot of great education lined up for Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, I'm really stoked too about some of the exhibitors that are coming. I've mentioned it before on here, but Rock's going to be there, M&R is going to be there. They've both got some DTF products, and so it's exciting to see some companies that are traditionally screen printing coming to the show. And Roland has a new DTF printer that I briefly saw it at Impressions, but I'm excited to see it again at Expo. So
yeah, I mean, it's a completely sold out show floor. You mentioned some really big names. We also have S&S Activewear, Next Level, Lane 7. So if you're interested in learning more about the blanks that you can provide your customers, but it is really cool to see. And I actually talked about this on the podcast, I think with Sean Kirkpatrick, just about how a lot of manufacturers that are in the screen printing space are offering DTF equipment. And we're also seeing the Rolands, the Mamakis, who are known for the wide format equipment, digital equipment. They're like, yes, we're in. But I think we're going to see more screen printing manufacturers bringing on DTF or DTF adjacent equipment.
Yeah. So, and you actually come from screen printing. So you used to be editor-in-chief of screenprintingmag.com. Mm-hmm. So what's maybe something different about the DTF industry? Maybe it's personality of the people that make it. Maybe it's what would you say is the biggest difference or the biggest change or what you see in screen printing that is in DTF that's different than what you saw with the screen printing world?
Yeah. So, I think the biggest difference is that screen printing has been around forever, and DTF is in its infancy, and so everyone is learning, everyone's interested, everyone's willing to talk about it and really get into it and figure out what all this is about because it's so new. And so I think that we're getting people from all different types of backgrounds, people who weren't even in the printing industry. Obviously, I'm so sick of talking about COVID, but it is a really big, generator of where DTF came from. And a lot of people were kind of figuring out what they wanted to do during that time. And it was maybe easy to buy transfers, or now people are bringing in equipment. So I think kind of just that greenness, the newness of it all makes people really excited and willing to talk about it. Even though I feel like on the screen printing side, a lot of people are like, come on into my shop, check it out. But because everyone is just, very interested in getting education, this seems a little bit to me more, people want to talk about it and want to learn from each other. So
sure.
That would be a big difference.
And I agree, there's a lot of excitement around it.
Yeah.
And Andy and I were actually just chatting with a local screen print company that they sell equipment. And he was like, screen printing, you can't just go online and find like a resource on how to do it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Because there's like a little more almost gatekeeping, whereas the DTF community has kind of just decided, just share with everybody. I mean, part of that's because there really isn't a standardized.
Sure.
There's some not like people asking about what pressure.
Yeah.
It's like there's some like non-standardization things going on.
Yeah.
So I think you get more people with that kind of experience. But
yes, definitely.
But yeah, so I think the excitement, I think the fact that we have 1,000 people signed up to come to this, just shows the excitement levels and stuff like that. So I'm just stoked to be there with a bunch of other folks. Obviously, we were both at Impressions, and everything's there, right?
Yes.
Everything.
That's what I kind of talk to people about at Impressions. It's like, that's high level. That's if you are looking for embroidery as well as software. And not that we won't have, software and blank apparel providers here, but this is really DTF focused. That was kind of like, all right, maybe I saw that piece of equipment, but I really didn't get to talk to someone. Now you can come to Phoenix. Now you can really hone in and you can talk to people who are specific about direct to film.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really exciting because it's, coming off the heels of Impression. So people are still pretty amped up. And I think a lot of people will be purchasing equipment at the show.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Come by the DTF Superstore booth and purchase.
Right.
We've got the Mamakis. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm glad you're here. It's fun when you come to town. And I think that if you didn't plan to come and you feel like you might miss out, come even just a Saturday or something like that. Obviously, I want you to come Friday because I'm teaching my half-toning class.
Yes.
But
and there's some fun events happening on Friday. So Friday morning, if you're a runner or walker, if you just want to get some activity going before the trade show.
I'm not a runner.
Well, you can walk.
I'll
as
cheer you
well.
on.
You can come cheer on. Unite Together is hosting another fun run. We had one at Impressions Long Beach. We had a really great turnout. All of the proceeds go to Skills USA. So kids across the country are learning about different trades, screen printing, heat pressing, wide format printing. That's one of the trades that they can be involved in. They need access and funds to get to some of these state and national competitions. So all those funds for Unite Together and the fun run that we're doing will go directly towards students. That's at 7:45 on Friday morning. And it's a 5K run or walk. We'll meet at the Sheridan outside of the hotel. If that's not your jam, we have a happy hour Friday afternoon from 5 to 7 at Huss Brewery, and it's completely free to attend. You just need to register because I think as of now we're hitting 140 and we max out at 200 in the space. So definitely come to that, and thank you to a ton of our sponsors. Roland is our gold sponsor, so shout out to them. Thank you so much. So yeah, 2 fun things to do on Friday.
Yeah, awesome. And the weather should be fantastic. Every once in a while we get like rainy weekends in February, but it should be fantastic. So definitely come out. If you weren't planning, you can still make it work.
Yeah.
Definitely go online and register. We'd love to see you there. Anything else other than see people there?
Yeah, no, just excited to talk about DTF. And of course, if you're looking for a resource to learn more, if you can't come to the show, we are going to be posting on Instagram, DTFprinting.com. All of the education sessions will be on YouTube after the show. And you can always come to the website, subscribe to the newsletter for free, check out our social media accounts, and check out DTF Printing Podcast, and we'll get you all the resources that you need.
There was one thing I wanted to talk about, and I totally forgot about it until just now.
Yes.
And we've mentioned it on a few of our videos and a few of the live streams, but there is a directory on DTFprinting.com where people that produce DTF transfers, they can list their company basically. Because we see all the time in like Facebook groups like, hey, where can I buy transfers in whatever city? Mm-hmm. So on DTF Printing, there is that directory there. There's both... I know there's like paid listings if you want to be like a top result, but is it free to just stick your name in there? Or is it a small fee?
There are different levels and layers to that. And so if you're an equipment and supply, if you're selling equipment, there's a section for you. If you are a printer or selling transfers, there's a section for you. And if you're trying to sell used equipment, there's also a section there. So I definitely just urge you to go to dtfprinting.com and click on the directory tab, and those 3 will be there for you, and you can check out anything that may be beneficial to you. But it's so true. You get on Facebook groups, it's like, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. How is this? This will just be more streamlined for you. You can literally search Phoenix, Arizona, everywhere that will pop up, that's close to you, and you can make your decision there. It's a little bit more streamlined and think a little better.
I think it's a great opportunity both for people that produce the transfers to get their name out there, but especially for the people that are starting out that need to buy the transfers. I mean, even Lucid Ink mentioned they bought their transfers before they bought their own printer. So it's a great way to scale your business, to start by just buying transfers. And if you find someone local, someone you can work closer with, it's just a little bit easier for that process. So that's probably one of the resources I'm kind of excited about, especially because when I teach boot camps and stuff like that, most of the people at boot camps are getting trained to run their own machine. Yeah. So they want to get their name out there and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So, yeah. And shout out to Lucid Ink. Thanks for always being so active on the Facebook group. And I know you're a fan of DTF Printing Podcast. So thanks so much for listening.
Cool. A couple questions I want to cover real quick before we sign off. Michael asked if I use T-Seal. Love T-Seal for shirts. If we're talking about the cardboard I just did, I don't even second press cardboard. Just not necessary. What's the price of the print I just made? Klaus, very expensive. No, so like normally, like our pricing that we break down at $0.0069 dollars per square inch. That's on a graphic that's got 60% coverage. So I'm probably closer to a penny per square inch on that because it was 100% ink coverage. So 50. Okay, I'm gonna get out my calculator. Let's see, where's my calculator at? Or my crew's going to do my math. Let's see. So I know it was... I've never used my calculator after my watch. 50 inches times 18 inches times 1 penny. That transfer cost me $9 approximately. Give or take. But yes, Michael, TCO4 shirts. Michael asked, you mentioned a podcast. Can you share which podcast? Literally just search DTF Printing Podcast on any platform, and it's the first one will show up.
Yeah. We already have
orange, yellow squares.
11 episodes available, so there's a lot of content there for you, and we launch those every other Tuesday.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, that's going to do it for today's live stream. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're coming to Expo, we'll see you there. We will do some live streams. We do have a big announcement at DTF Superstore that will be live streaming that announcement. However, if any of y'all have ever tried to live stream from like a remote event, I can't 100% guarantee it won't be a little choppy, but we're going to do our best to give you guys a good live stream of that big announcement. So anyway, thanks you guys for watching, and we'll see you in a couple weeks for another live stream. Bye.
See ya.